on both, I'm on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Periscope at the same time, trying to see, hey, Jesse, welcome. Hey, thanks, Professor. Hey, Ernie, welcome. Kathy Lewis in the house. Stacy Vortman, Jenny, April, Brian, welcome. Thank you. Pat's in the house. Welcome. So if you guys could put your name in the chat box and let me know you're here. I am tri-casting today. Super excited about that. Again, Facebook Live, Periscope, and YouTube Live at the same time. Thank you for sharing, guys. I appreciate it. So we are going to talk, hey, Seed of Him, welcome to the broadcast. We are going to talk today about the HALT method. Hey, Beth Granger in the house, Sarah McCarty in the house, welcome. A live stream rock star, woo woo. Well, this is the voyage, the maiden voyage, right? Hey, Harry, welcome to the broadcast. So Marcia, welcome. Professor Nez, thanks for sharing it out. If you guys are my regular Perry Peeps Facebook fans or my YouTube followers, if you guys would share it out, I'd really appreciate it. It gives me an opportunity. Hey, Evelise, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thanks for inviting people, Nez. I'm Professor Nez, appreciate it. GD, welcome to the broadcast. So we're going to be talking about the HALT method today. Put a 1 in the chat box if you guys are familiar with the HALT method, H-A-L-T, HALT. Let me know if you guys are familiar with that. Hey, Noah, welcome to the broadcast. Evelise, welcome. Thank you. Luke, welcome to the broadcast as well. So, Dr. Babymaker, thanks for inviting people. No, you're not. Okay, well, we're going to talk about it because it's something really important. The HALT method says that you should never make decisions when you're too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Now, we all know when we think about those things that that's really a big deal. When you're hungry, you tend to be a little bit grouchy. Maybe your blood sugar's low. Maybe you're, frustrated. You're not thinking clearly. Valerie, welcome to the broadcast. Hey, D Ball, welcome to the broadcast. Thank you, Marcia. And for those of you who are just jumped in, we are tri-casting on Facebook Live, Periscope, and YouTube Live at the same time. Hey, Jerry, thanks for being here. So, you don't want to make decisions when you're too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. So, hey, Judy, welcome to the broadcast. Those things start off on a really bad foot, right? You know, if you're hungry, you can already be grouchy. That's your whole life, Stuart. I can totally relate. But think about the decisions that we make when those things happen. When you're too hungry, we tend to be a little bit grouchy, irritable, frustrated, and things don't go the way we want them to. When we're angry, we tend to lash out and say things we don't mean, or be rude, disrespectful, or say things that are, maybe not in the loving, kind way that we want them to be, right? That we can actually hurt people. We can actually distance ourselves from other people by making decisions or making comments at times that are really not appropriate for us. Do you guys hear that beeping, or is that just me? I hear a beeping. So that's the angry part, right? Lonely. Now let's talk about loneliness, because yesterday, if you guys watch my podcast, put a 5 in the chat box if you guys watch my podcast. I do a live podcast, Vicki Fitch Live, A Fresh Perspective. And on the first Wednesday of the month, I do Vicki Fitch Live, Evict the Bully in Your Head, because I have a new book coming out called Evict the Bully in Your Head. Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Stuart. And last night we were talking about, to Tamara Thompson. Thanks, Marcia. And Tamara was sharing how she got herself into a really bad situation. And part of it was feeling alone, right? When we feel alone and lonely, we make a lot of really poor decisions. There's a lot, if you interview people that have had affairs or different things, a lot of it comes from loneliness, right? Sometimes it's from anger. I don't think too many affairs come from hunger, but sometimes it's anger. But loneliness is one of the key things that make people reach out to other people, right? And so we want to be careful of that. And loneliness can also make us make decisions of wanting to spend time with people that don't really care about us. Hey, Melissa, welcome to the broadcast. Or choosing to withdraw from other people because we're afraid of how we're going to feel, right? And then tired. Let's face it, tiredness, we all get that. And thanks for tapping away on those hearts over here on Periscope and sharing out the broadcast. And you guys on YouTube, as my newer audience, I appreciate you guys being here. Dottie, thanks for inviting people. San, thanks for being here. And you guys on Facebook, if you guys want to hit that little share button, I'd love that. And of course, if you want the notification button on, that would be fantastic as well, so you know when I go live. So the tired, we know what happens when we're tired as well. Let's just look at our children. If you guys have any kids, look at your children. Sorry, my hair is getting stuck. Look at your children and how they act when they're tired. It's usually not so pretty, right? Oh, that's a really nice, we have a troll that just popped on a Periscope, because I can tell by your handle that you're a troll. But when you look at our children when they're tired, they don't make very good decisions. They lash out, they're grouchy, they can't think clearly. So we know the same thing for us, right? We do the same thing. So I want to encourage you guys to think about that. Think about the HALT method. So if you've got decisions in your, thank you so much. If you got decisions that you have to make, you want to be careful about making them when you're too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. So what issues do you guys have going on? What's going on in your life that you might be struggling with? And identify, because because you shouldn't make any major decisions during any of those time periods either. You know, that's when couples break up. You know, I had a friend of mine that this happened to recently, that, you know, a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. Donna, welcome to the broadcast. You shouldn't sell a house, right? You shouldn't choose to sell a business or start a business. Hey, Serious Hairdos, welcome to the broadcast. Yeah, you don't want to sell them. You don't want to do very many things when you're in one of those 4 places, right? Hey, how are you? It's good to see you. So again, the HALT method, when you're too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, those things can all trigger incorrect or situations that might not be exactly what you're looking for. So I'm going to introduce myself really quick, but I'd love it if you guys put some questions in the chat box so I can give you guys some answers and maybe help you a little bit to start looking at your business, at your brand, or at your life. Hey, Jerry, thanks for coming back. That looking at all those things and identifying how I might be able to assist you. Talk to loved ones. Yeah, well, yeah, because let's face it, we're not so nice, right? When we're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. You like it. Well, thanks, Jerry. Hey, 083, welcome to the broadcast. So I'm going to introduce myself really quick, but feel free right now to type in your questions. I am a business entrepreneur as well, so we'll talk about that. So my name is Vicki Fitch, you guys. I am a direct sales expert. I've been in the industry 20 years, top 10 sales and recruiting internationally for more than a decade. I've also built and sold 4 companies. I am an author, a speaker, and an international business consultant, helping all of you to get outside the 5,000 to turn your passion into your profits. So if you guys need assistance, if you guys are looking to level up your business and you need a business coach, I do offer a free consultation at vickifitch.com/biz. Hey, Chocolate something, welcome to the broadcast. I do offer a free consultation, so you guys can go to vickifitch.com/biz and click on the buttons that you're interested. Thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment. I'm going to call you 33. How's that? So if you guys need that consultation, if you guys want to be in a group, an environment, my Entrepreneur Rockstars is a great group of people that want to give at least as much as they get, and we try and help each other and build each other up. There's also some other offloading opportunities there, but I would love to talk to you guys. So what is it that you guys have issues with right now? What's going on in your life or your business that I might be able to assist with? Now, again, if you're thinking about the HALT method, you might be identifying, hey, Digiliteer, welcome to the broadcast. You might identify things that are challenging. Let's see, in a new market, how do you make your presence known? Stuart, that's a great question. What business are you in? I mean, let's, we're obviously, we can start with social media because that's where we are right now, but tell me what business you're in. Hey, trumpeters, welcome to the broadcast. So what business are you in? Identifying a business gives us a medium, right? It gives us an opportunity to adjust course and think. And for those of you who are just popping on, I am tricasting on YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook Live at the same time. So let me know what you're in cannabis. So you want to know how to get known. Well, obviously, are you in Colorado by any chance, Stuart, or one of the states that had previously adopted some of the information? Or are you in a place like California that is just brand newly adopted it? Let me know. You're in Arkansas. Okay, so I don't really know that much about Arkansas, but obviously, social media and live streaming are opportunities for you to get the word out. I have a friend in Denver that actually has a luxury cannabis tour. Thank you so much, 33. They have a luxury cannabis business. So they've taken it to a luxury level and taking people on tours and giving them an opportunity to take a look at things. And so, I guess it's medicinal for sure. Hey, DJ, welcome to the broadcast. Hey, Logan, welcome. I guess it's medicinal. Are you saying yours is? Because letting people know, I mean, if you're in it for the medicinal purposes strictly, then I would meet in with my gatekeepers. The doctor's office for cancer patients that are prime candidates for using that because they lose their appetite. It's legal in Arkansas. Well, I understand that, and my point is that if it has been newly introduced, then you have more of a roadblock. You have a little bit more of a hurdle than you do if it's been more open market and people have been more accepting of it. So as we look at that, like I said, I would look at my gatekeepers. If you want to get known, definitely utilizing the social media platforms, letting people know, and using good graphics that are showing people that are struggling. Like my grandmother died of lung cancer. She had a lot of trouble eating at the end. She was getting very thin. It was very struggling. So using some of the very emotional images, like of someone with cancer that's maybe very, very thin or skinny. You're welcome, Logan. That's very thin or skinny, that is having trouble eating too, because really what you're trying to do, if you want to identify, you want people to connect. I'm getting ready to dive into a side hustle that is a brand called Monet, which is hair products. Yes, I'm familiar with it, Serious Hairdos. So sharing facts, but emotional facts. What we're trying to do is blend that together. You guys, if you guys on YouTube, if you put your name in the chat, I can give you a shout out. So they're, you know, identifying emotions. You need people to have emotions, because let's put it this way: whether you agree or don't agree with whether or not it should be legalized, you know, like we're here in Arkansas, you know, it is. You can help me with branding. Yes, Stuart, I can. So it is legal. And so if you want people to be able to get over the existing hurdles they have, right? There's a lot of people that are very opposed to it. If you want them to get over the existing hurdles, you have to touch them emotionally. You've got to connect with them emotionally. And if you show them a picture of someone that is struggling from cancer and identifying with your captions, thank you so much, 33. 33 loves my eyes and says I'm hot, just so you guys know why I keep talking to 33, right? So you see what I'm saying here is that if you're identifying with emotions, the pictures telling that story, then people can start to get over their discomfort. Vintuitive in the house. You guys, if you don't know my man Vintuitive here on Periscope, you need to follow him. He is a superstar. He's in Australia and he's one of my best buds, even though he doesn't know it. You are, Vin. Remember? I love Vin. Anyway, okay, so, right, I love you, Vin. So you guys are understanding the process. When you get people involved emotionally, packaging and branding, yes, absolutely. But when you get people involved emotionally, it's easier for them to make decisions on something that they might have previously, thanks, Vin, they might have previously been concerned about. Does that make sense? Put a 1 in the chat box if that's making sense to you guys, because that's really what we're trying to do. You have to connect with an audience. When you connect with your audience, it makes a difference. Use of emojis can add emotion. It can, except I don't know how to read emoji. I had to go see your course in order to know what some of those things meant. Okay, thanks, Judy. Thanks, Stuart. You know, I didn't know. I had no idea emojis could be so nasty. I actually watched a scope Vin did about emojis, and I was like, oh my, how do I deal with low baller clients who want great quality for low prices? Jerry, that's a great question. So I assume that you're a photographer. Love your smile, girl. Thank you, 33. That as a photographer, you know, we have to step up our game, right? And sometimes if we're newer in the space, then we do have to do something to get people to notice us, because there are a lot of photographers. Now, there are a lot of photographers that aren't very good. There are a lot of photographers that are average or okay. And then there's a lot of photographers that are stellar. You can be in any one of those categories and still have higher prices than everybody else. Now, I'm not encouraging you to do that. Photos with people are more emotive. Yes, right, Vin? I'm not encouraging you to be that. I'm encouraging you to be your best, right? And to step up your game as much as you can. But when you have the right marketing, when you connect with people in the right way, you can charge higher prices because people feel good about being with you. They will like their photos, but you have to step up your game. Low ballers and non-tippers in some work. Yeah, right? Yeah, non-tippers are tough in a public service industry. Serious Hairdos, I assume you're a hairdresser. And so that is a difficult thing. Massage therapists, hairdressers that don't get tipped. It's, you know, but you know, I have to tell you, a lot of people don't really understand that. And I know people think, oh, of course they do. They don't. A lot of people really don't get it. If you didn't have parents that grew up, and I promise I'm going to finish what you're talking about, Jerry, just a second, but if you didn't have parents that taught you that you needed to tip, then you don't learn to tip. You have to learn from the people. Remember, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. And if nobody taught you, then you had to learn from your friends. Vin, I'll go over that one more again in just 1 second. But you learn from your friends or other people. So if you, yeah, I heard that, Vin, and that's going to be hard for me to be there. And in New Zealand, do they tip? Because I'm a tipper, right? I like to tip people, not because I want to throw money around, but because I appreciate people. And in the United States, tipping people shows how much you appreciate. Law enforces proper wages. Got you. It's not required, but you can do it. So anyway, that just shows that you're really connected and concerned. And by the way, guys, thanks so much for sharing it out. Logan, thanks for coming back. And thank you guys for sharing the broadcast out. I appreciate it on all the platforms. People don't understand how hairdressers get paid. I know, serious, they don't. And again, if you were not taught to tip hairdressers, you just don't know, right? Can but no obligation. Got you, Vin. Gotcha. Most never tip. Got you. So would they consider me a rude American girl if I started tipping? Would they think that I was being disrespectful, you know, because sometimes there is a cultural thing too. So tell me that, Vin. And I'm going to go back to you, Jerry. So Jerry, you can step up your game with your photos. Yeah, see, that's what I worry about. Thank you for being honest, Vin. Yeah, right? And that's not what it would be. It would be just because that's who I am. David, welcome to the broadcast. Yeah, so anyway, I got to figure that one out because that'll be hard for me. What if I give out... I had prizes or something. Okay, anyway. But Jerry, so photography, you know, stepping up and have, yeah, I hear you, Vin, stepping up and showing people you have a style, or maybe you have a theme, like you can teach people certain, there's certain poses or themes, like with children, you know, my kids, when they did their, you know, 1 year, you know, their monthly photos. Yes, I had photos taken monthly of my children for their first year, and then at 18 months, 2 years, and then every year after that. But during that time, so the people that had the best props are the places I wanted to go. The people that had the best props, and then as they got older, the people that were able to interact with the kids. So it's all dependent on that. Oh, thank you so much. It's all dependent on those things of how you're delivering value and how you're how people are receiving it. Tricky approaching tipping in an international marketplace. I know, right, Vin? So that's why I appreciate you sharing with me. So Jerry, is this making sense to you, what I'm talking about? And while Jerry, I'm waiting for Jerry to answer, Vin, you asked what the HALT stand for, that you never want to make major decisions, or even sometimes any decisions, when you're too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, right? Hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. And we talked in the beginning about how that affects us and how it actually can drive people away from communicating with us and being with us. So that's what the HALT method is. And then we were answering questions on, thanks, Vin, we were answering questions on, you know, on businesses and how to kind of step out in the marketplace. But the HALT method really does work, because I want you to think about it. Most of the bad decisions you've made in your life were probably because you were hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, right? Grouchy. That is, think about it. Think about your worst decisions ever. They were probably one of those things. And loneliness comes up more often than people know, because people try and pretend they're not lonely because they run around with people a lot and they spend time with them. But lonely is when somebody doesn't know you, right? Don't go shopping hungry either. I agree, man. I come home with some stuff, you know, I come home with some crazy stuff. But look at that. Think about those decisions that you've made. Think about them. And were you, you know, when you made bad decisions, you know, like I said, loneliness is a really big one. People think that, oh, I have friends and I talk to people. Hey, Rebecca, welcome to the broadcast. Thanks again for sharing it out, you guys. I appreciate it. Again, I am TriCasting on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube Live. I do well, but I constantly have folks that want me to bring out $15,000 in gear for a shoot that pays $300. Well, Jerry, now, I would suspect that you have those rates and stuff. Hey, Jeremy. Hey, Mikey Joe. That you would have those rates and stuff that were already posted, right? And that you're doing an intake form to find out what people are looking for. I come home with crazy stuff, right? Me too. He's talking about the grocery store. But think about that. I mean, I would go over pricing structures in advance. I mean, you know, maybe you don't even have anything that starts there. Maybe you can have something that when people come into your home, or you have a home studio or something where they can do a headshot inexpensively because you're trying to get yourself on the map. But then as you start showing who you are, you can step up your prices. I mean, I have a photographer here that, actually the one that did my headshots, she charged, check this out, thank you so much, 33. She charged $40 for a headshot, right? Thanks, Jeremy. $40 for a headshot. I think she gave me 6 images. She was just starting out. Hey, Serious Hairdos, thanks for coming back. Now she's charging, I think, $900 for a photo shoot, and she gives you 10 retouched. Okay, $40 to $900 in 2 years. Okay, so my point is that she started low to get people to refer her. And then as she got better and people became more well-known, she uses social media. Well, she doesn't use social media. She needs to, but she used networking. But if you use social media to build that and utilize those images, tagging people in images, having them share out those images, especially at your lower price rate, you'll start to get that. I am well. Thank you, Jeremy. You'll start to get more people that will want to book your services, and you can start increasing your prices. So I'm not telling you to start, thanks, Ben. I'm not telling you to to start at $40. I'm just giving you an example that you can have a special. You know, you can provide something to get that base of people talking about you. Your niece is just starting out. Excellent, Vin. So yeah, there are some great ideas when you think about, because everything isn't about price, but when you're beginning, you have to have a starting point, right? And giving people ultimate value. I mean, you can, if you plan on charging $500 for a service, you know, it doesn't mean that you can't offer it for $300 as a promotional or something like that as you're getting your name out. But again, utilizing social media, think about what you're trying to do is get other people talking about you on a regular basis, no matter what your business is. The same goes to the gentleman that has the cannabis farm, or that you're selling cannabis for medicinal purposes. It's hard to raise prices to make money when your core value is saving people money. Pat, that's true and not true. I'm going to address that for you in a second. I've been considering lowering my hourly rate for certain services. Well, I rarely recommend that. Like, actually, I don't think I've ever recommended that unless you're offloading to someone else who has a lower value for, you know, cost per hour. I have found it difficult to raise prices due to location. I think, okay, all right, I'm going to talk to both of you guys because I think this is really important. Now, pull up your bootstraps and don't get mad at me, okay? Because you guys know I love you. So when I say this, it is not insulting you, but I want you to hear what I'm saying because it's really important. Clients running small biz can't afford. Well, but they can and they can't, Vin. And so this is for you too. Okay, so pricing is probably, it's a whole nother scope I need to do, but I have some time. I have like 8 minutes left. So pricing, you know, you need to hold your price points. I know you do, Vin, and you're so sweet and kind. And I mean, you're amazing. So I can totally understand why you want to do that. But if you, I mean, I don't know if you're finding the same things happening that these other people are finding, that people are they want a lot and they don't want to pay a lot. There's a difference between somebody who needs some help and somebody that just doesn't want to pay, or, you know, because let's face it, we may not be able to afford it, but it's funny what we are able to afford when we want it. A lot of people now, you guys, I don't know if everybody has Starbucks or whatever, but I see people telling me that they can't afford stuff at Starbucks with a big old coffee every single day, right? So if there's a lot of times that people can afford more than they say because they don't see the value in it. They don't see the actual value. Lower for long-term clients. Packages, high, you know, I put together big packages and give them different rates, definitely. People can take advantage of kind and being helped. Absolutely. And serious hairdos, hairdressers are notorious for being nice people that are not really good salespeople. They don't sell their services. And this is tongue-in-cheek, right? Personal service people, I always say, you know, you guys can't do good and expect people to throw wads of cash at you unless there's a stripper pole involved. This is a true story. People are not going to offer you more money just to offer you it. I do understand what you're saying. Thanks, Pat. They're not going to offer you more money just because you're good, right? Thank you so much. 33. He loves my lipstick too. I'm pretty sure he wants to marry me, but, you know, I am taken, but thank you for all the compliments. So we've got to be careful about what we're doing. Do you guys, is this making sense? I'm going to package and market legal cannabis. From packaging and branding, I want you to help me. Well, Stuart, I'm happy to do that. You know, I'm happy to give you a consultation. Again, you can go to VickiFitch.com/biz and then mark the stuff that you're interested in. And then there's a form that'll come up for that consult. Personality and experience go a long way. They do, serious hairdos. And I have several clients that are in the hair industry. I actually have a Monat. I don't even know. I never get it right. Monet. I have 3 girls that represent the product, and they all say it differently. One, it says Monat, one says Monet, and the other one says Menet. Okay, there you go. So the point is that you have to differentiate yourself in the marketplace. Now, on the hairdressing side, your differentiation could be, first of all, confidence, right? Confidence is key. That is one of the absolute things that will help you raise your prices every time. But in understanding why you're raising your prices and not being afraid to it. Like, okay, so hairdressers, putting a sign up that says, the costs have been going up, and so I'm super sorry that I need to charge you $5 more for each visit, right? That's not owning it. That's not saying, hey, this is who I am. I deserve this. And I'm not telling you to be rude about it, but I'm telling you confidence makes people say, okay, yeah, I get that. Where I need to, I have to, oh, the costs went up. Like you're soft shoeing it. Stop apologizing for being valuable. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Don't apologize for being valuable. Because you're worth it, and you need to let people know you're worth it. But if you don't recognize you're worth it, then and no one else will either. You know, I always say that, you know, whatever you think about yourself is what you're sharing with other people. I was told to never apologize for raising your price. Absolutely, don't apologize for raising your prices, but that doesn't mean that you do. Fair market value, I don't really believe so much in fair market value when it comes to personal services, because like me, you could say, you know, that somebody's only worth $300 an hour instead of $1,000 an hour, but that's your personal choice. I tend to approach pricing from the client's perspective. And Vin, that is from your soft-heartedness, not from your entrepreneurial spirit, right? An entrepreneurial spirit says, this is what I'm worth and that's what I'm going to charge. Now, that doesn't make you a bad person. You know, I mean, it doesn't make me a bad person that I charge you know, a good rate for what I do. I'm good at what I do. I help people to change their lives. I change their businesses. I help them make money, where I teach them how to sell. So I know that I'm worth it. Entrepreneur or good human, I don't think they have to be exclusive. I think, or inclusive, right? I think a good entrepreneur can be a lousy human, and a great human could be a lousy entrepreneur. Hey, Pisciata, welcome to the broadcast. And I think that it could also be a combination, that an entrepreneur and a good human can be the same one. I'm an entrepreneur and a good human. Like, I think I'm really a good person. I don't adjust my rates for people based on what they need. I charge what I charge because that's what I need to charge, and I'm good at what I do. And I have a lot of clients because I believe in myself and I deliver results. So if you can provide those things, then it gives you the opportunity to do that. So again, I recognize that our hearts get involved sometimes. Trust me, I've done plenty of pro bono work for people who then wanted more and more and more, you know, and didn't really appreciate it. People that pay tend to really do appreciate it more. And I give more to people that are paying. And when we were talking about, well, thank you so much, 33, that, you know, that the more that I do provide, that if people try and continue to take more, then I want to withdraw. I don't want to continue giving. But when people pay me what I'm worth, what do you think I do? I give more. Why? I give more because they appreciate me and it makes me feel good. I can relate to wanting to help people, but I also feel it's important to put food on my table. Right, serious. Because let's face it, we can't eat, we can't service other people if we're not eating, if we're hungry. If we're too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, we're not going to be very good business people at all. We're not going to be providing high quality service for people. So, you know, keep that in mind, is that you have to provide for your family, right? My needs are met. I know. Vin is so sweet. Do you guys know Vin? Put a 1 in the chat box if you know Vin, because he is, honestly, he's one of the sweetest people for sure. Now, Vin did not love me the first time he met me, but he loves me now, right, Vin? He is really an amazing guy. He really is, serious. He honestly, he's an amazing guy. If you guys aren't following him, follow him. I know you are. Okay, so Vin, I think he does love me. See, it's like I don't have to pick. He loves me not. He loves me. Or did you say, were you saying I did love you, or I do? I know I have to be careful now. I have accepted it. Many opportunities, I can't do it now. What does that mean, Marsha? What do you mean? You do. Thanks, Vin. Because I get that when you're successful and that you don't, you know, that you have a choice, that you can do things differently. So I'm going to give you an example. I learned about myself from you. Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. You're very sweet. That when, you know, if we don't continue growing, my needs are not met, so I'll have to rethink prices in the future. Well, Pat, we do need to talk about your prices, but hold on one second. That, you know, when we can meet other people's needs. Okay, I believe in, this is what I believe. Don't do for one what you can't do for all. Okay, welcome. I don't even know what that says, but welcome, something equal sign. It's your first day on Periscope. Welcome to the broadcast. I learned about myself from you. Aw, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Even though I don't know exactly who you are, I know that's what Vin said, and I believe Vin. I don't know who you are unless you have a different handle, but I do appreciate you being here. And so when you can provide for other people, it can drain you, right? I have never noticed how attractive you are. I know you're married. Oh, thank you, Stuart. That when we can provide for other people, sometimes we might want to, right? And so what do? We get in a habit of giving. And when you're not receiving, okay, and I'm not talking just about financial, but when people are taking and you're not receiving, then you get drained. It's true. You get drained. But also, what happens if something happens and then you don't have any more to give? Then how are you going to be receiving from people? They're not going to all of a sudden go, oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you for doing this at like less than half price. Hey, Dave, welcome. Less than half price for my entire life. But I know you're in hard times now, but I got to go find somebody else who'll do it for cheap again. They're not going to just start paying you more money to do what you got doing, what's going on. You see what I mean? Well, thank you so much, 33. I appreciate you. So, and for those of you guys who are just popping in, thanks, Dave. I am tri-casting on both Facebook Live, Periscope, and YouTube Live. Thank you, Vin. So don't do for one what you can't do for all. If you can't do everybody for free, then don't do anybody for free. Okay? Now, does that mean you never help somebody? No, it absolutely doesn't. Thanks, Dave. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Stacy. Thanks for sharing. That it doesn't mean that you don't help, that you don't want to help people, but you can't do it for free. I'm always worried I may lose a client if I don't stay late or come in early. Serious, I could totally help you with that, because you have to set boundaries, and boundaries are something that get run over, especially by hairdressers, because other people's emergency become yours, right? I will not let that happen. Okay. Hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. Yes, one womanly woman. That is absolutely it. Hey, Sikander, welcome. Boundaries, yes, because boundaries are important. And it doesn't mean that you never adjust course for a good client. I've done it before. I mean, I'm off on Wednesdays and Sundays. It doesn't mean I've never spoken to a client on a Wednesday or a Sunday. But I have boundaries. So they are the rule and so they're the norm, right? And the other things are exceptions that go outside of that once in a while. So I love you guys. I so appreciate you. I hope you found value today. I know that I always set boundaries. Oh, I was going to talk to you about Pat, about your leggings. Okay, Pat sells leggings, and she sells them really inexpensively. I imagine that you're not making much profit because they're so inexpensive, Pat. But the thing is that you can start a market, right? Hey, Sikander, welcome. You can start a market with, with your base level pricing. And see, this is what I would do. Okay, so if you guys know, Pat sells leggings, right? What is it? Pisciata? How do I say that? Pisciata? Welcome to the broadcast. What are your margins? I'm guessing what you're selling them for, you can't have more than a 50% margin, right? Pat? Tell me do you know what your margins are? Do you even know what that is? I'm good, thank you. Hey, Grateful for Sunrise, welcome. But what you can do, see what, because it's in the direct sales. I totally agree with you. Oh, it's 30%. Pat. That you can't live on that, honey. I want some hairdresser leggings. There you go. Serious Hairdos wants to buy some leggings from you. But Pat, okay, so 30% is, you have expenses. So 30% means that really you got like 10%. I mean, honestly, on a good day. Hey, Erin, welcome to the broadcast. How do you carry overhead? She works from home. It's kind of, your camera, what is that? I don't know what that says, AMH. I don't know if that was an insult or I have no idea what that meant. But if it was an insult, I'm ignoring it. And if it wasn't, then I'm not even sure what to say. But thank you. I am tri-casting. Aaron, I need my tri-casting equipment. I got everything moved all over the place. Aaron Roth is over here. He is from Archon Mounts that provides all my gear. My camera is not clear. Or am I having a bad connection, you guys? Because I am on dual streaming on Wi-Fi and one on hardwired. Hey, Terry, thanks for being here. You look awesome. Thank you. Facebook.com is all about the leggings. So we're talking about Pat and her margin. But Pat, what I would do is I'd have a club and have people that the only time they could get that, oh, it's fuzzy. So, oh, you know what? I do see that. I think it's because, the battery, first of all, the battery's dying. That's exactly why it's fuzzy. Let me see if I can plug it. The battery's almost dead. Oh, oops. Are you guys still there? Okay. That's because the battery, it's almost dead. So it does that. I froze a couple times. Well, I'm not freezing on YouTube or Facebook. So, anyway, so we're talking to Pat. So Pat, having a club, having someone that's willing to buy 12 pairs and buy 1 pair a month, then they can have a different pricing than the person that just a one-off purchase, right? So I would have a club, a legging club, because your price, first of all, they are too inexpensive. But if you are, if you do have some good clients that you want to convert over, then at least as long as they stay, hola, ¿cómo estás? As long as they stay in the club, right? I'll talk about H.A.L.T again in a minute. But as long as they stay in the club, then they just have a consistent order every month that they have to, you have a credit card on file. This is not a arbitrary thing. It's a strict, this is what's going on every month. You're going to buy, X, Y, or Z. you know, I would put a program together, honestly. Well, we should talk, Pat, because I think I could help you. Hey, Deborah, welcome to the broadcast. Anyway, we should do a consult at some time, Pat, because I can totally help you rock your business for sure. Like, blow you away. I could totally help you blow everybody away. So anybody else have any questions? I got like, I'm actually a couple minutes over. So one more minute. That's it. Then I'm going to go. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate that. Hey, Deborah. Thanks. Appreciate it. You guys, glad you guys are here. So the H.A.L.T method, just so you guys know, try casting here, Facebook Live, Periscope, and YouTube. The H.A.L.T method, what color hair? I have red hair. The H.A.L.T method means you should never make decisions when you're too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Thank you so much, 33. 33, I have to tell you something. Totally appreciate that you didn't say anything rude or disrespectful, but your handle is rude and disrespectful. So I would love to have a conversation with you, but I can't even say your name because it's disgusting. So let's, come on, just get in here. Why don't you get a new handle, come back in with a picture, and actually get involved in the conversation. And like, you know, again, I appreciate the compliments because any girl loves to be told she's beautiful and whatever. I mean, we do like that. But I'd love for you to get involved in the conversation and actually look at building a business or a brand or just being the best you can be. Thank you, Sikander. Thanks, Marcia. So hopefully that clears up a little bit. I do see it's a little bit digitized, so sorry for that trouble, you guys. I hope that you guys got some value here today. I hope you guys understand the H.A.L.T method. Don't make decisions when you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Think about them, because we make rash decisions. It's almost like, you know, I guess you could add drinking in there too if you're if you have alcohol involved, right? Hungry, angry, or alcohol, lonely, or tired. No, I'm not going to send my emails to Sikander, but thank you for asking. 123, welcome to the broadcast. And again, if you guys, thank you guys even for the replay viewers. If you guys haven't been tapping on those hearts, please tap on them. Please do a girl a solid and click on the follow button and follow me. I'd really appreciate it. And then also make sure that you guys are staying connected with me. Go to VickiFitch.com/biz, share out the broadcast, click away, and go to VickiFitch.com/biz and tell me how I can help you. I appreciate you guys. I am typically on every day at 6 o'clock. I am leaving for New Zealand first thing on Sunday morning, so my regular broadcasts are going to be a little bit different. You're a British girl. Got you. Well, 33, then that's even, you know, like, I don't know what to say. Like, why would you use that as a handle? That just doesn't even make sense to me. I mean, that's one word that girls don't typically like. So I don't know, girlfriend. I don't quite get it. But thank you for sharing that with me. I appreciate it. But change your handle and come on in. Come on back and participate. So anyway, guys, I am typically on at 6 o'clock. I will be on at some way different hours. Hopefully we'll even catch a new audience, but I hope you guys have your notifications on so you'll know when I'm live. I'll be live streaming for New Zealand and Fiji and all kinds of great stuff. So I hope you guys have an excellent day. Thanks for being here. Thanks for learning about the H.A.L.T, hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. Thanks for the hearts, the shares, and the love. I appreciate you guys. Hey, Chicken Daddy, welcome. So is this like a bot? Because the Lori is doing the same thing as the other one, the Troll Slayer. Hey, Jeremy. So is that a bot? Are you guys both bots? Maybe they're both bots. I don't know, because they're saying the same things. Like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't recognize that, because usually the bots do have a picture. They don't have an egghead, so I'm confused. Anyway, doesn't matter. Have a super great day, guys. I will catch you soon. I know, right? Probably. I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'm not you, Chicken Daddy. I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about the Leori 3 and 33, but now they're saying different things. So, okay, so 33 says she's not. So, anyway, I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to seeing you, and I want to remind you, like I always do, to dream it, believe it, and achieve it. Ciao. Now I got to turn all of them off at the same time. I'm not even sure how. Oh, there we go. I'll turn you off. Bye. I'm trying to turn off